got to see a lot of events. Did see the men's basketball team against France early in the competition, but was on the air when they were winning the gold medal. And one of my favorite moments was Mike Krzyzewski jumping up. I've not seen Coach K's hops since Army. I mean, mad hops, but jumped up after Chris Paul scored a hoop, and I was surprised. He's still athletic, still spry. He's joining us now. Coach, have you seen the video of you jumping up after that basket?
You know what? I strained my calf muscle, whatever there was still left of a calf muscle that I might have. I was pretty excited. And I have seen the video of that, and watching you and when your show, when you shoot and play basketball, I know that I have a higher vertical than you.
Why Chris Paul's basket did you celebrate like that?
Well, I knew then we were going to win, even though there was time left. I knew that. I mean, there's a point where if you manage it right, something catastrophic has to happen, and it was, there's a lot of pressure, and it's a big build-up, and it wasn't just the moment of the game; it was the moment of the Olympics. It was the gold medal moment, and I knew when he hit that was going to be it.
But you had doubts, is what you're saying.
Well, what coach does not have doubts during a ball game? I mean, you're always trying to win and prevent losing, and whether you consider those being doubts or just concerns. I wouldn't necessarily use the word doubt as much as concern. And you're managing a game, and when you're managing a game, you're managing what's going to go right, and you're trying to prevent what could go wrong. And I do that. That's what I do. So when I know that I'm now in a position where we're going to get it, and it's the gold medal, and it's a euphoric feeling.
Are you officially retired from Olympic coaching?
I would say that I'm officially retired from Olympic coaching.
Well, there you go. Now, okay, let's say the next coach would ask you to be an assistant coach. Would you? No. Okay.
I haven't been an assistant since the '92 Dream Team.
Okay. And, I didn't mean it as a negative.
Would you fill in for Mike and Mike, or what?
If they asked me to, I think it would be great.
Yeah, but it's a bunch of baloney.
I would do it for my country.
You would go on Mike and Mike for your country?
Yes, I would.
Well, that's a leap of patriotic faith on your part there.
Who should be the next head coach?
Oh, that's Jerry's decision.
No, but you have an opinion.
Well, I think I wouldn't say anyone specifically. What I would say is that there are a number of guys who could obviously do the job and do it very well. It's not just a one guy job.
And what are their names again?
Their names are people who can manage people who are stars and come from different neighborhoods, and it's a lot of managing. The X's and O's are obviously important, but the management on a day-to-day basis of the team is the most important thing.
But egos, though, I'm
not saying
not
managing.
Egos.
Not so.
Okay.
Actually, if you want to talk about egos, it's trying to get everybody playing with the ego that they have with their parent team, but do it under one umbrella of USA. I mean, that's a huge thing. That's a huge thing, because a lot of the guys over the 7 years I've done it, they're so good in being a USA basketball player that they become a little bit sometimes too humble, or they hold back a little bit, I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's a good, but you gotta. The more you can get them into their performance ego that they have with their parent club, everybody, the better you have the better you'll be.
What about the under-23 team? The possibility of doing that instead of bringing NBA stars in?
Well, I think as a single entity, if that's the only thing you're doing, that would be a bad thing to do. And if you're trying to change the course of how you look at global basketball and maybe making another event like the World Cup of basketball as a bigger event, there's merit to discussing that, But on its own, I don't think it has any legs. It's just not But again, you always have to look at the advancement of the game. And so throwing out ideas is not bad. Just to implement that one idea alone, I think, would be a mistake.
He's Mike Krzyzewski, the USA head coach, former coach now, I guess, the Duke head coach, of course.
Now, don't say former and then say the Duke coach, because now you're retiring me from. What are you doing?
Okay, my bad.
Well, all right, is this a plot for 3 weeks? Is this a sinister attempt on your part to undermine my career?
No. All I did is, I talked to Steve Wojciechowski, and I said, Wojo, let's get Coach K out of there. It's time.
All right, as long as you have Wojo involved, because then I'm all right. I know that a knife won't go in my back.
Last time a player poured water on your head.
Kobe did it in 2008 in Beijing. So that was a cool thing.
What about if a Duke player did that?
Well, it would mean that we won a championship. So
You'd be fine.
Would be okay.
You'd be fine with that?
They could pour more than that. I'd be fine. Yeah. Now, that was a neat thing. What I like about the end, obviously, the first thing is we won, but that they're very genuine in their happiness. To see those guys, how happy they were together, and they're so unselfish. I mean, dude, really good guys, just really good guys, and LeBron, for all the stuff that he gets from people, it's just ridiculous. I mean, he is so darn good, and he wants the ball in clutch situations. He came through over and over again for us, in world competition. And he's a fantastic leader, and he's as smart as anybody playing any game. I mean, this guy's brilliant, and he's a good guy.
I thought Chris Paul was the best player on the floor in the second half of the gold medal game. What did you think?
Well, he was certainly one of them. I mean, Durant was terrific, and I thought Kobe was unbelievable the last two ball games in pressure situations, and I don't think you win it with one guy, but Chris was superb, and he's another great leader.
If and maybe LeBron is the obvious answer, but I still want to know the guy that you would have loved to have coached, whether it was college or the pros. Who would that be?
Boy, well, you had a whole team of them. I mean, I can't just pick one guy.
Yeah, you can.
No, I can't. I'm not. I don't have my own. I don't have my own show and have to have these, comparison days. And
you're retired. You can do it now.
No, I'm not retired from life.
From USA.
I know, but there's not one guy. It's like when you ask me at shows in the past, who's your favorite Duke guy or what's your favorite team? You got to be above those questions.
No, because you always say Hurley.
I do not always say Hurley.
You always say Hurley and how you dislike Leitner, but you put up with his nonsense and his ego. And Grant Hill was a special guy.
Those are all lies.
They are lies.
Like, did you come back? What did you lose something crossing the ocean, like integrity and honesty?
I didn't have it.
You should go back on the plane and see if you left them on your seat.
I didn't have it to take over there in the first place, Coach.
You did.
No,
you did.
I did.
I always admired you.
I did.
There's a part of you right now. I'm going to set you up with a counselor. You need counseling. You need some counseling.
I need help. I know that. I got to believe.
I'm there for you. I can't give you that help, but I can get it for you.
All right. I appreciate that. So Doug Collins as the next head coach, that is my pick.
Well, I mean, Doug is as good as anybody, and no one is more patriotic than that guy. But again, I think you have to be comfortable being around star pro players, and whether you're a college or a professional coach. I mean, there are professional coaches who aren't comfortable being around star pro players.
Yes,
and coaching them and developing relationships with them. And Jerry Colangelo will figure all that out. I mean, for 7 years he's managed this program in an amazing fashion, and he'll figure it out. He's the best. He's as good a guy as I've ever been around, and he's the one guy that you can't do without. And I truly believe that. And you can get coaches and you can get players, but that guy at the head is damn good.
Well, congrats.
Thank you.
And congrats on all the great things you did with that team, for that team. And we'll talk to you as we get ready for the college basketball season.
All right. And then I'm going to call in about 5 minutes. I have 2 people that I think are good.
As far as
therapists? And they'll really respect your privacy. No, it won't get out. All right? 5 minutes on the line that you always call me on, but I never answer.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Congrats.
All right. Bye-bye.
It's Mike Krzyzewski, giving back, getting me a therapist.